all comedians are entrepreneurs, by the way. Also have to be a content creator, to be good with cameras, editing. That it's not just being about being funny anymore.
That's Learnmore Jonasi, a Zimbabwean comedian who used to travel for hours by bus for just 5 minutes on a stage to now headlining comedy clubs after receiving the Golden Buzzer on America's Got Talent.
I was like, oh, this is what I've always wanted, right? But then you're like, oh, wait, no, there's more to this. I haven't arrived yet.
In this conversation, you're going to learn why he never reveals that he's a comedian, how his family dreams about the future and his grandmother interprets it. And we even talk about something that's probably going to make you uncomfortable, especially you Southern Americans.
Well, my village is known for witchcraft.
Do you believe in it? Is it real?
Yeah. It's part of my culture. It's real. I have seen some stuff.
This is Learnmore Jonasi. Learn more.
Okay. Are we starting like this?
Yes.
It's amazing. That's what I want to hear.
No. Okay. I was thinking about it. It's been maybe it's been a little over a year, to be honest with you.
Yes.
And the last time we talked, you were in Pittsburgh.
Yes.
And the show didn't happen.
Yeah.
I don't think you were touring.
Yeah, I was not happy.
A little bit here. You weren't happy.
No, I was bummed out a little bit at the time. Yeah, because I really wanted to do America's Got Talent. Because we talked about it, right? And I was telling you that I wanted to do America's Got Talent, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was just like, because my visa had delayed, my green card had delayed, they were not allowing me to do it that year. So I had to stop. Why
did you want to do that show so bad?
No, because I knew it was gonna be like a catapult to the next level.
Exposure.
Exactly. And people were gonna see me. And I was ready for people to see me. I was like, I am ready for people to see me. I've done all the work and, I have the material,
Yeah.
Just see me,
Yeah.
So, I was hoping that was gonna be the year, but then it kind of happened for a reason. Maybe I was not ready at that time, because the next year when my green card came and I did the show, the rest is history.
And then you got the Golden Buzzer.
And then I got the Golden Buzzer from Terry Crews.
Yeah.
Shout out.
What do you think most people misassume or misunderstand about an experience like that? Because my assumption would be like, you get on the show, it's over. You know what I mean? Like your careers. And I'm guessing that's not necessarily the case. It's just a different game.
I think it used to be to a certain extent.
Yeah.
But now, because, America's Got Talent doesn't have like a show in Vegas, they used to tour after, the whole show, right? They used to go on tour with all the acts.
Oh.
And they used to have a show in Vegas, called America's Got Talent, whatever presents, I don't know. But they stopped doing that. So after America's Got Talent, you are seen, but you also have to now put in the work now. Like that, I think that's where the real work begins. It's kind of like winning an award, Winning an award it's not like, oh, you've done. Now you can go and sleep on the couch like every day. No. Now you have to prove yourself. Yes, you've won it. Now show us why, So then I feel like that's when I started working so hard. Like I went into it. I started touring nonstop.
You were working hard last time we talked, though. So tell me what is the difference between like working back then and working hard now? Like
I pay rent to a place I only spend 2 days a week.
Damn.
Like I'm traveling. I'm on the road every time. I'm not complaining, by the way.
Right.
Because that's what I was crying for. I was like, man, I want to tour. I want to go all over America, global comedian, right?
Yeah.
I want to make everybody laugh. Doesn't matter, your political views,
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, what who you are. I want to make you laugh, So I'll tour. Now I'm touring all over the place, I'm like, I was in Nashville a few days ago. Now I'm in Atlanta. I'm doing back-to-back shows at the Helium.
So good, by the way. Like,
you were at the show.
I enjoyed it so much, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I don't laugh to be nice.
It's so a lie.
It is a lie. I want this episode to go good.
Yeah.
No, it was really good.
Yeah. No, it has come a long way because the set has grown. From when we last spoke. I still do some of the same jokes, but it's different. It has expanded in my knowledge of America also, and how different it is from what I thought. So now my set keeps growing and growing the more I learn stuff, So
You're like, I have more and more material.
yeah. Every single day I'm like, what?
Yeah.
That's a joke. It's so easy to make fun of Americans. See.
Okay, I want to get like as tactical as possible with you. The last episode we did, I'll make sure I link it in the show notes. It's like your story and little your origin story, which is so good. So everybody needs to check that out. But for today's purposes, I feel like there is just so much misconception for creatives that being good is enough. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
being good is so important.
That's true.
I think it was who's that dude who plays the banjo? Steve? Forget it. It's this dude. He said something around, people always ask, like, what's the hack? And he goes, nobody ever asks, how do you be good?
Yeah.
Steve Martin.
Oh, yeah?
He said that.
Yeah.
So, of course, like, let's lay that to the side, though. But, like, the work and, like, the tactics behind being able to tour all around and the dedication and the work that goes into that. I just want to hear a little bit more about kind of going from amateur, this is something I do on the side, to being able to be where you're at.
Yeah. I think it's, I was lucky enough when I first came to America, right? I was invited here by a dear friend of mine. His name is Steve Hofstadter. I don't know if you've seen his videos. He does this.
Shout out to Steve.
Yeah, he does this heckler, clips. Have you seen them?
No, I haven't.
Like a comedian destroys heckler clips, and it goes viral all the time. He's very business-minded in terms of like comedy-wise.
Okay.
I quickly learned so much from him when I was still based in Pittsburgh, because he's always on the road. He's telling me about, for example, like merchandise. This is a thing that I didn't know back home. Merchandise is a big part of what we do. It also supports you. Sometimes I end up making more money with merchandise than I actually get paid.
Yeah.
And it actually really helps me in my career. And I start getting more creative with the merchandise now, because it's a big part of touring,
Right.
Yeah. So he was such a good mentor in terms of like touring, because after America's Got Talent, touring became the biggest part of my life. It is so technical. Like everything is so technical. I needed a manager. I needed a touring agent, you see, and they work hand in hand together. So when I'm not available, my manager is like talking to my touring agent to organize everything, the hotel, the booking of the flights, to make sure that everything is going according to plan. And I'm just worrying about material and getting to the venue, performing. And I also record my own sets,
Right.
So all of this actually comes together. It becomes a package, of like, for example, yesterday I was talking to dear friend of mine, Sura, about recording your sets. If you record your sets, that's the thing.
It just
also
takes guts.
It does. So the thing is, I travel with cameras. All comedians are entrepreneurs, by the way. You need, nowadays, instead of you becoming funny, and being on stage, you also have to be a content creator. You also have to be, to be good with cameras, editing. You also need to know how to edit your own stuff. You have to be very technical with it. It's not just being about being funny anymore. It's a whole business behind it now. A very serious, background. Yeah. And I learned that quickly when I came to America. I edit all my videos.
Your social media is really popped.
Yes, it's because of I always try to create content every single time. When I'm traveling, I travel with a GoPro. I'm always recording myself. Some of the stuff I want to upload because after editing, I'm like, nah, So there's a lot of stuff in my gallery that people will never see, that I've tried out.
So you overthink it?
I overthink it a little bit because I want it to be perfect, So it's a battle in my head all the time. I think every creative goes through that, So yeah, to go back to your point, it's very technical to be a comedian, a touring comedian, in terms of like just the traveling, the recording yourself, the getting to the venue, doing back-to-back shows, selling merchandise, all of these things. So it's not just about being funny.
Yeah.
It's about, are you good with people? first of all, starting relationships. That's one of the biggest thing, relationships too. I have gotten so many like really good gigs from just relationships from other comedians. You know?
Yeah.
Like, yes, I can be funny. I know funnier comedians than me, but assholes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But then people are just like, that guy is funny, but I don't want to work with him. You know? That guy is funny, but you know?
Yeah.
So it's also about, treating everybody the way you want to be treated, and, creating a family around you. Yeah.
I've always struggled with that side of things is kind of bridging genuine connection with also ass. Like I'm the type of gal, and it's not a good thing. Like I won't ask and I won't put myself out there so much. And I'll tell myself, I'm like, oh, it's because I'm just trying to be like genuine, build relationships, which is true. But it's also crippled me where I'm not, because I don't want to be like one of those people who's just always going after the ass. So how do you balance, genuine connection, but also to moving the ball forward?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's pretty tricky. I think you also just need to know yourself and if you really know what you are here in the industry for, it doesn't matter what you do, you might be a dancer, you might be whatever, just knowing your goal.
Yeah.
Like that's the underline. Okay.
You talked about that last time.
Yes.
You really emphasized know your goal.
Yeah, that's the aim. That's the thing. Global comedian, like African comedian with a global fan base. That's it, right? That's my goal. That's where I want to be. I want to be able to perform in China. I want to be able to perform in India, you know? But then you're like, okay, who is also trying to get to that point? Like who can I also help with what I have, what I've learned, to bring with me, and create a relationship a relationship that way it works for me and for you.
Yeah.
For example, you meet somebody that is good at camera work, but also want to be a comedian and touring. Then you're like, come in.
Yeah.
I'll
like,
help you. Exactly.
Right.
I'll help you with stage time.
Right.
And what I've learned, but you record my sets.
Yeah.
There's
an exchange.
There's always an exchange, but also trying to figure out genuine people, because you can feel it. Sometimes if you really know your people, like yourself, you can feel the energy of the other person. Like, okay, this person really means well. Like most of the people that open for me, are people that I've met before at a comedy show. Sometimes I just meet people once and I just know. And like yesterday, you saw my friend Sura.
Yeah.
But tell you how I met Sura, you'll be surprised.
How?
I just met at a comedy show and just started talking, just briefly. And then just like that, we just became friends. And we're like, yeah, whenever you tour, we should go on tour together. And we just click just like that. And, now when I'm touring, she's there helping me with like sometimes my camera stuff and here and there. And she's funny too. She hosts the show. And it's just that's how it is, Yeah. You just need to be open to relationships. It's, creatives are very solo people. We like to
I was just about to say that.
Yeah, we are especially comedians, we like to be very solo. But there's a consequence to that, you become very lonely, and even your material, the comedy becomes very, like one-sided.
Yeah.
I bounce off ideas with other comedians, and that's just creating a family around you, an environment. That's what I like.
It's weird. I feel like sometimes I wrestle with being productive versus, which is just total BS in my head. It's not true. But it's like, am I going to spend hours editing videos so I can make more content, which means I'm by myself?
I see.
Or give up that Saturday night, which, by the way, I edit every Saturday night. I have a great fun life.
Yeah.
Or go somewhere and like actually network and be with people. And it's like this weird thing I feel like creators have to deal with being behind the camera, getting work done versus like being in real life with people and not feeling guilty about that because it's taking away from your... Do you see what I'm saying?
I see. But if you think about it like this, it's all work. It's all feeding the same thing.
That way, yeah.
Yes, because you don't get ideas from just sitting in your couch. You get ideas from talking to people. You see now, yeah. But then if you talk to people and then you bounce off ideas with other people, imagine, just imagine how much you get from that.
Yeah.
That's an approach for me, like as a comedian. Sometimes, I don't tell people that I'm a comedian. You know that.
How do they not know?
Nah, most people don't know. So, and I like it like that. It's actually the best. I have deep conversations when people don't know I'm a comedian. When people don't know that I'm not going to use this on stage. Because as soon as I say, hey, I'm a comedian, people start editing their whatever they say to try and make it funny or maybe they don't want to share as much.
Because it'll be material.
You see now.
Funny.
So then I go like, I'm a graphic designer.
Because you kind of are.
I do my own graphic design. I know the language. So then people are like, oh, great. And then sometimes I'll even say some funny stuff without even letting you know that it's a joke, just to see your reaction. Or sometimes people will not laugh and give me something without realizing they just give me another angle of the joke, So that's why I like talking to people.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm learning so much from you and also you're learning so much from me, because it becomes a conversation and then I'm getting stuff from it, like, because I'm learning every day, So yeah, it's all work. Going out there to network, you're working.
Yeah.
Staying home, editing, you're still working, you're feeding this in the same thing, So just balance it.
How do you push yourself and evolve when a lot of folks be like, hey, you've done a lot and you're touring and things are great. And sometimes that would be like a check mark, or you feel kind of maybe stagnant, but pushing yourself to the next level, the next thing, especially when you've reached one of your goals. Like your goal was to be on that show. So how do you push yourself now and know you're actually moving the ball forward?
I think it's for me, it's like I'm learning on the job, honestly. Like everything is when I'm there, I'm like, oh wait, I haven't made it yet. There's more work to do. Oh no, okay, all right. I haven't made it. Okay, let's do it. Let's go back to the drawing board. Like there's always a wake up call all the time. Like when I did America's Got Talent, a few months after that, it was crazy. My social media was going crazy. Everybody was looking for me, right? And that was the dream, right?
Yeah.
Back home, I went back home, and people were like going crazy in the streets. I couldn't walk.
But that felt weird.
It was crazy. Like at the airport, as soon as I showed up, everybody at the airport that was working at the airport was like, oh my God, it's Learnmore. Wow. And then they all stopped working and come and took photos with me. They closed the whole airport.
No way.
The plane stopped in the air for me.
I'm so gullible. I'm like, they really did close the airport?
Yeah, it was out of this world. Like, I was like, oh, this is what I've always wanted, right? But then you're like, oh wait, no, there's more to this. I haven't arrived yet. This is just like part of it. It's like that's what you get when you're climbing the ladder. Now, what's next? Okay, yes, I need to do a special. I've always wanted to do a special. Now I'm working on a special. I'm on the road. I'm using all these, this attention and all these doors open in comedy clubs.
Yeah.
By the way, I wasn't in comedy clubs when you spoke. I was trying to get seen so I can get into comedy clubs. Now I'm headlining comedy clubs all over the country. I'm like comedy clubs I used to see on TV and be like, one day I'll be at the Improv. One day I'll be at Laugh Factory. But now they're just part of my weekend. Now I don't even think about it.
Is it because you were able to leverage the show? Yes. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Do you think creatives should think about that? It's not so much like, I need to get on here and do this to make my career, but it's the leveraging power.
Yeah, it's about, first of all, are you ready to be there?
Oh boy.
Now that's that. Yes. Because if you go there and you're not ready, yes, you might pop and people are like, oh, right?
Then they'll
from talent. Because of course maybe it's talent. Or maybe it's like you get a little bit of experience, but then are you able to sustain it more? For example, before I did America's Got Talent, I've been doing comedy for I think 14, 13 years back home. So I had all this experience under my belt.
Putting in the work, driving hours for 5 minutes.
For 5 minutes, all of those things. So when I did AGT and the comedy clubs were like, hey, here's a night, let's see. Right? Boom, I'm there. It just felt like I was always there, because I did all the preparations, and then the audience started getting bigger and bigger. And people always come to my shows and say, wow, it's so different from America's Got Talent. I like how it's you're so free and more you get to see more of you.
Yeah.
So then it's because of that experience, you see. So I got to leverage that. People will come back to my shows,
Right.
more and more. I'm building my fan base from the show. I've used it as a tool,
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the point, And
I had Chad Lawson. He's a touring pianist on the show about a year ago. And he mentioned something similar along the lines of, he said, every time something, and he's like one of those like humble, like very kind of quiet, very gentle people. But he's like, every time something good happens, he's like, I wave the flag as long as I can and milk it.
You have to milk it. Oh my God, you have to, because you never know when it's gonna come again. Because there might be your career. It doesn't matter what you do. It's like this, right? And you have to be comfortable in the dip. That's just what it is. Be comfortable here, then you can handle this.
Damn, that's
because
good.
it's not always gonna be like
Right.
right there.
Right.
It's not always gonna be there. It's gonna go like that, which is a great thing, because when it's like here, that's where you prepare. That's where you write. That's where you go back to the drawing board and you're preparing for the next wave to come. That's just what it is.
How would you advise folks to, what are some small ways that you did leverage opportunities that's come your way? Like usually, because what happens, and this is getting in the weeds, but like let's say something cool happens and I'm like, I'm going to post about it on social. I'm going to post about it on social or whatever. And then that's usually it. Like, what are other small ways that you've used opportunities and leveraged them?
Yeah, so okay, yeah, like you said, the best thing, the most popular thing is like social media. Like, I want to build my social media.
I'm so honored and humbled that I was chosen. It always makes me laugh. People say that. I'm like, honored and humbled.
Yeah, so it's like social media, but then most people don't know that social media can disappear anytime.
Word.
So you need to, this is the thing that I've learned from Steve Hofstadter. It's like build your fan base with like emails. Create a very direct relationship with your followers. Like get their emails, their phone numbers. Build a thing that if Instagram disappears tomorrow, you still have your people.
Yeah,
your always. Yeah, I call it a cult following. That's what you need to build. A cult following.
How?
A family. Like
how?
Yeah, there's people that. Now I'm talking as a comedian now.
Talk as a comedian.
Yeah, because that's the thing.
I know you're not a graphic designer. You're a lot of people.
This is a comedian. So you always have to create like a relationship, right? Which like a very intimate relationship with your fans. They need to know you as a person.
How?
You share your story.
Ugh.
And yes, that's the thing. You share your struggles. Because believe it or not, people are going through the same thing you're going through.
Yeah.
So when people connect with you as a real person, then that's it. That's what you need. For example, you came to my show yesterday. You saw me, talking about my medical condition.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And, normally people hide that.
Right.
But as soon as I said it, you saw some people were like, oh, I know what that is.
Yeah.
And then now people know something about me that they won't normally really know. So they feel like they know me personally. And they do.
Yeah.
To that extent, I talked about how my mother, how my name was a message to my mother, learn more, and the audience were like, wow.
Was it really?
Was
it truth?
It's true.
Okay.
Most of the stuff is inspired by truth, by the way.
Wow.
So you are genuine. I'm being genuine with the people.
Yeah.
Because this is a mistake that most creatives make. You create an act, right?
Uh-huh.
And then you're just an act.
An alter ego.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But then it gets to a point where you're tired of it. It's a gimmick, right? You're like, Jim Carrey said it, best. He said you felt like he was playing a character all this time.
Yeah.
It gets to you.
Yeah.
But then if you really, really, build a fan base for you, like from, your character and who you are.
Yeah.
Then you can sustain it forever.
Here's why I think folks do it, and I've been tempted to do it myself, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Is a boundary where you can kind of turn it off
Yes.
You know what I mean? And like leave it over here and then go be Heather.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think there's like a kind of a mental health, like protective thing there where it's like, because if you're just like fully open and fully out there, it's like there's no armor where anybody can just shoot you in the chest.
No, I hear you. So that you also have to have boundaries. There's things that I want to just share out there because
Like what?
it's
Tell
also
us now. Tell
get out of here. So you're gonna forward that? Yeah. No. There's stuff that I'm still also trying to figure out, because I'm a human being,
Right.
I'm not out there sharing everything, family secrets and stuff, It's stuff, I share stuff that I've thought about and really am ready to share.
Yeah.
Everything is well thought of, and I have time to really think about these things that I share on stage, off stage, even here, So yeah, it's like I've sat down and thought about it. Yeah.
We talk a lot about storytelling on the
Yes.
show and have a lot of tactical stuff with how to write story, to do about story. And I'm curious what you've learned about framing story since the last time we talked. Is there anything like new that you've learned, or maybe what new it used to do and doesn't work anymore? But framing story,
I see.
think about that?
I think my approach is very different from a lot of people, from a lot of American storytellers, or just I think even back home, because it always goes back to how can I communicate with these people that I'm talking to. For example, when I came to America, I wanted to talk so much about witchcraft, but I couldn't. I struggled.
When you said that last night, I was like, ooh, tell me more.
Yeah, but because now I know the approach.
Yeah.
Because my approach was, I thought you guys knew what witchcraft is for me, like from back home.
No.
But when I say witchcraft, most people are like Harry Potter. I'm like, get out of here. That's not witchcraft.
In the South, it's the devil.
You see, yeah. You see, so now I realize that if I learn American culture, then I can learn how to communicate with them. So then how do I learn American culture? I watch your TV, I watch your documentaries, I just try to study how I can communicate with you, like examples and stuff like that, because the way I do storytelling back home is totally different from how I do it in America.
So know your audience.
Yes.
Your audience, context.
Yes. No, it goes back to talk to people. Conversations.
I don't want to talk.
But that's storytelling.
I know.
But that's just what it is, If you really want to do storytelling, go to a bar, talk to some people, talk to a stranger. It doesn't matter if they're kind of like, weird. Most people everybody has a story. Everybody has a way of communication. Just try to get something from it,
Yeah.
And that's my approach all the time, Just
What are you looking for when you're trying to understand a culture or people more? Like, what are some of the key questions that you're asking to kind of go a layer deeper to really get, Georgians?
No, but it's not like a question,
Okay.
an answer thing. It's not. Now that's where it gets confusing. It's not like so tell me about this. No, it's about the experience too. When I was in Pittsburgh, a friend of mine, Ronnie Fleming, shout out. He's a comedian too. He would take me to these wrestling matches.
Oh.
Right, like local wrestling. And I'll go there, rednecks fighting each other.
That scares me.
Usually I'm the only black guy there,
Yeah.
It's like the craziest thing I've ever experienced in my life.
I bet.
Right? But then when you're there, you get to see, just the like the inside, of the culture of like the the Americans, that side of America itself. And then you're like, oh, interesting. I never used to see this on TV.
Feel it, experience it.
Experience it, yes. You feel it, be in the moment. It's not a question and answer. It's not like you have to read a book.
Right,
It's I'm here now. What do they do here? Oh, okay, let me go and experience it. And then you go and experience it. And then you're like, oh, I didn't know about this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now let me talk about it. How can I talk about this thing, Normally when I go on tour, I experience the city, right? So the first show usually is kind of like, because I haven't experienced the city, right? But then the next shows after that.
Because you get it.
Because I've gone to that bar that you guys go to. I've gone to that, strip club you guys go to, and now I know I've experienced it. That's what I'm going to talk about. That's my approach right there. And then usually you connect with people more when you do that,
Here's Heather's woo question. I got one woo question.
What is it? What is a woo?
Woo, like spiritual weird.
Oh, like witchcraft.
Like witchcraft.
Because I come from
Don't say it to my mother, though, Mom.
Well, I come from a
She
village.
will not give me Christmas gifts.
Oh, yeah? Well, my village is known for witchcraft, so you can ask me anything.
I would actually love to have a full interview just on witchcraft. I'm super fascinated with that. We should have done that.
Oh,
do you believe in it? Is it real? Yeah.
It's part of my culture.
It's not because some people are like, oh, that's fake. That's not real.
It's real. I have seen some stuff. When I was in, so this is a story. When I was a kid, I saw something I still don't know what it is till today. I was playing outside with my bicycle, so I was riding it down, up, and then one day it was getting dark. When I was riding it on the hill. By the time I wanted to go back and ride it back again, I saw a figure, like it looked like fireflies, those lights, but then it was shaping a person, like real person, but just floating in the air. I was a kid. I ran.
What did you feel? Was it like, oh, there's a cool being, or were you terrified?
I was terrified. I was a kid, and I went to, I remember I actually went to the stoop, right? Mm-hmm. Turned around, and it was closer. I was terrified. I went home to.
What do you think it is?
Till today, I don't know what it was, but I think it was a sign. Honestly, because I'm pretty spiritual. I think it was a sign for just. My life, like there's definitely something out there, like maybe guiding me or whatever. Because when I come from a village, if I tell you my life from when I started doing comedy, dreaming to be a comedian, in a village where electricity is luxury, to touring the world is crazy.
Yeah.
Some people back home think I'm a witch, that I've now bewitched everybody to make them laugh.
Have you?
Maybe. You never know. I don't tell my secrets.
Do you have any spiritual practice, though? Like coming from that background and stuff and believing in witchcraft?
No, it's like, also...
No spiritual practice.
Zimbabwe is a very Christian country too, because the British.
Christian and witchcrafty?
Yeah, because the British came, they were told us what you guys practicing is the devil, Yeah. So here's the thing. I always tell people this. There's a difference between witchcraft and like, you guys call it witch doctor, but it's not the same word, really. Witchcraft is like, okay,
manifestation, kind of, right? That's how I kind of think about it.
No, witchcraft it can be really bad.
Right.
Yeah, because some of these things come from a spirit. I can't believe we went from creative.
I'm
to
here
witchcraft.
for this. I'm here for this.
Yeah?
This is
okay, great.
badass.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but you just don't bring up witchcraft, and I want to hear it.
Yeah, because it's a real thing.
I just feel like the things we see are just not real. Like all this stuff we like chitter chatter about and all this stuff, it's like there's like something spiritual underneath everything.
Yes. This is just all surface things, I think. But then there's a whole...
You ain't ready for this, are you? You're like,
yeah. No, there's a whole thing behind, yo. Like my people would... so we pray to our ancestors.
Okay.
Right. Our ancestors would take care of us, so we have these ceremonies where we, dance around the fire. There's like drums, traditional drums. And then there's a Zimbabwean invention. It's like it's called a thumb piano, but it's called a mbira, where I come from. The traditional, instrument that we play. We pray to the gods, right, to the ancestors, and we cook traditional beer, right, and then you communicate to them for guidance.
What if your ancestors were like not where you want to be in life? You know what I mean? Like I have like a pretty dark ancestors where I don't agree with what they did. So like who would I call on them? I'm getting serious because I wouldn't want to call on them.
No, because that's the joke. That's one of my jokes now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Like like that.
It's
that
for real
uncle,
though.
That uncle that nobody took advice from. That's now our ancestor.
But it's interesting to me you don't have like any spiritual practice after all that.
No, I do. That's the thing, because I do believe that, from my career, like from where I come from, and to now, I kind of feel like something was there, and I'm moving, all the pieces. Because sometimes if I tell you the things that I've gone through, you'll be like, what? How? And it just felt like I had like this guiding, angel, whatever you want to call it. My whole family is spiritual. By the way, okay. My whole family, they're dreamers, by the way. We have a gift in my family. We dream, and my grandmother knows how to interpret some of the dreams, So before I did America's Got Talent, I had this dream where I was like flying, right? Yeah. In the air. Like I've picked up like a stick and I was using it to fly in the air. It's a dream, right? Yeah, yeah. And people were looking at me in the dream like upwards like this. But with how is it doing that?
How is it doing that?
What is that? How can I also do that, right? And I called my grandma. Oh, actually, and then it became, in the dream, it was like, I saw some of the people that I knew and I went to them to be like, hey guys, look, I want to show you how to do this. But then they started taking that stick from me and pushing me away, right?
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's deep.
So then I woke up, I was like, what is this? I kind of talked to my grandmother. I was like, Grandma, I had a dream like this. She's like, I think you kind of know what this means, Yeah. Something is going to happen like soon where people are going to be looking up to you and wondering, how is he doing that? How can I also do this? There's going to be a lot of attention on you. And you're just like, oh, maybe it's my career. You never know. Maybe it's already happening.
Yeah.
And then America's Got Talent. Boom. Yeah. While I was in the chaos, I was like, oh my God, this is it. This is a dream,
Crazy.
So you see, then how can I not believe in there's something out there when I get sent like warnings of things that are about to happen. There's more. I can keep telling you more of stuff that happened throughout my life. It's crazy.
How do you keep yourself, and we'll wrap it up. Oh, we got 10 minutes left. Kind of present, and because earlier, and I love creatives when they talk about this, they're very kind of in their body, most of them, and they're kind of like what you said, they're trying to get out of the thought here and like experience things and being open to ideas and realizing that there's like an entity outside of that. And also, like this, everything is just kind of numbing and our attention is all over the place. I know mine is.
Yeah.
And so being able to stay present and in the moment, sensitive to what's going on around you is important to your creative process, but it's also important for those spiritual nudges. It's like, hey, go here. Hey, talk to that person. Hey, don't take that opportunity.
You have to listen.
You have to be sensitive. So how do you keep sensitive with all this stuff going on?
Yeah, so as much as you have to go out there and meet people, you also have to have your own time and space for yourself. You have to be very comfortable with your own thoughts, with just being by yourself. Sometimes being a creative or being a comedian, touring comedian, it's very lonely. It's a very lonely game, Because yes, you're with people, but you're not really with people, Like I'll perform for like 1,000 people, right? Amazing. Go out after a show, after party, yay! And then boom, you're by yourself in the hotel room. Then what do you do? What's your, after that, what do you do? So you kind of find things around, like things in that space where that's for you, It might be like a little prayer sometimes. It might be a little, ritual that you just do for yourself, I like my home. Although I don't spend so much time there, whenever I go back home for that 2 nights, I am like so comfortable because I want to be there. I feel so refreshed. I don't want to talk to anybody. Yeah. Sometimes I even switch off my phone, because you're on your phone all the time, especially with social media. Is this video doing well? Is this video doing well? You need to be able to turn it off and be like, I have created so much. Turn it off, put it on the side, and leave the life around you and just be by yourself. Go to watch a movie. Go to the park. Watch the sunset. Yeah. I think that's the way to balance it. Yeah. Definitely, because if you don't, it will consume you.
Jenny Hoyos, she's a viral YouTuber. She was on the show a couple of weeks ago, and she said, "I never keep my phone with me while I'm eating or when I'm on the toilet."
Yes,
And I love those 2 rules.
100%. Yes. Oh, when
She's
I'm about
20,
to sleep.
you know what I mean? I'm like, that's
Yes.
badass, girl.
Yes, when you're about to sleep. That's
a
not
hard one.
Yeah, because
That's
it
hard.
influences your dreams. It influences how you think. So you scroll and then you hear somebody going like, I don't agree with this, blah, 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 blah. Then you scroll and then and then you sleep in that energy.
Do you do lucid dreaming? You know what that is?
Yeah, I think I've heard about it.
Where you kind of like get yourself in this weird state and you ask yourself a question. I figure since y'all are dreamer people,
Yeah.
maybe you do lucid
I
dreaming.
think I didn't know that that's what they called it. But I think I have an idea.
YouTube it.
You what?
But not before bed. You said YouTube it.
Yeah, I'll YouTube it. Yeah, but not before bed.
What's one thing you wish you can go back to the Learnmore I interviewed a year and a half ago and tell him something that you'd understand now he didn't know then? What would it be?
Oh my God.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. That's
Deep.
yes.
Hell is going deep.
That's
again.
true.
Sorry.
It's very deep. I think I'll kind of send myself I'll send myself a message a little bit and be like, bro, don't be too hard on yourself.
Yeah.
Things are gonna work out because I kind of felt like I made a mistake when I came to America.
Did you really?
Yeah, because I was coming from this industry where I had already kind of like made a name for myself, I was touring all over Africa. I was making a living, I've never had any other job besides comedy my whole life, Ever since I was 17 years old,
That's been
comedy.
Yeah.
I was touring around Africa, But then when we did that interview, yes, I could see what the possibilities, but it kind of felt like I wasn't. It was gonna be like another 10 years until I get there.
Yeah.
So I would say to myself, bro,
Yeah.
prepare for what's coming.
Yeah.
Because there's gonna be a lot of craziness coming.
Yeah.
And just don't be hard on yourself.
Are you glad you took the leap?
Oh, what?
Well, I'm serious. It's a fair question because you're speaking to a lot of people where we have something that's working, and to let go of something that's working, that's good, to the possibility of being great. It's just reassuring to hear it's worth it.
It's worth it because you also have to trust yourself.
Yeah.
That's the thing, and you always have to take risks, It doesn't matter how wonderful and comfortable you are at that point. How can you challenge yourself? What's the next step? That's always the question. What's the next step? What's the next step, Heather?
I don't know. I have a final question, but before then, where would you like people to connect with you? What are you really excited about? They call it shilling. I think young people call it shilling. Is that right? Y'all are young.
I'm not young.
Oh,
I just turned 31.
Oh, throw up on the ground.
What are you talking about?
Are you serious?
I'm an old man.
I'm going to be 39 in a couple of weeks.
Yeah?
Yeah, 40. 40. But you know what? It's thank you, God, for life. I'm just glad to be alive.
Yes.
Anyway, now that I'm depressed, where can people connect with you online? And what would you like to shill out?
Yeah,
to young people?
so I'm recently single, so you can find me on Tinder. I'm there. You can swipe right. No, I'm just playing. So yeah, I'm touring all over the place.
Yeah.
Right now I'm at Helium, right? But what's building up to the tour is a special recording. Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah, on the 29th of November, I'm gonna be live at the Den Theater in Chicago.
So you're recording it then?
Yeah, I'm recording it at that time. So yeah, I'm preparing myself for that. Yeah, it's a big deal. So I'm really, I'm taking a chance too. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Because I'm literally producing this thing.
Yeah.
And because I got some people that I'm bringing in, but it's a risk.
Yeah. So there's a lot.
There's a lot of that, and it's an investment too, in terms of finances. So yeah, that's what I'm working on right now.
So how can we support that?
Yeah, actually, buy my merchandise online. Go to my website and buy my merchandise. Then I'm able to fund it.
Absolutely.
Please help me out. And yeah, in the arms of an angel.
I look how you do the camera.
Exactly.
Look.
With me.
Like
I forgot the fly. It was where's my fly? No, I'm just
Very last question. What is something? Here's the doozy. The doozy at the end. What is something in your life currently that you have been deeply questioning that you don't have the answer to? It could be something deep, like where are these ancestors really coming from, or what are they thinking? Or it could be something dumb like what's going on in Georgia with this.
I see.
What are you questioning lately that you have a big question mark around?
America.
In general, just America.
Just America is the whole thing. The whole thing is just it's too much. It's not what I thought it was.
Yeah.
So for me, it's kind of like, wow.
Yeah.
Is this the America? And also my love life.
Yeah.
It's kind of as a creative now. This is like, I'm sure most creative will, agree with me. You try to date.
Yeah.
But then there's a huge disconnection in terms of like you're on tour, and there's these things happening around you that, your partner will not really understand at the time, like taking risks, for example. You're like, oh, this is working. No, I'm going to take a risk, stuff like that, So now I'm touring. It's always a long distance relationship, no matter who I date and where, if I go back home, because I just moved to LA and I date there. Right now I'm in LA. It's already a long distance. And tomorrow I'm there. I'm in Indianapolis. Then, so that's
something you just had to sacrifice.
I'm just like, so then how am I gonna, find the one, It's always like that question. I really want a family at some point. Like I really want a huge family. I want 15 kids.
No, you don't.
I really want 15 kids.
Have 2, yeah.
It's an African thing. You need 15 kids.
Why?
It's
Why not 14?
15 kids is a starter pack. Africans, you don't know. My grandmother or my grandfather, oh my God. And his brothers, they have a whole army of kids. That's what I want.
Yeah. There is a woman out there who will have 15 kids with you and be okay with you never being home.
No, we can adopt. We can adopt. It's all good. Yeah.
Thank you for doing this. This is awesome.
No, thank you so much.
I can't wait to do this in like another 2 years.
Yeah.
You'll be like,
Let's
I'm
catch
not
up.
taking her calls.
Yeah. Let's do this
Stupid
again. And then I'll come back to you. I'll be like, I now have 15 kids. It works.
That's it.